Oh, it just started for me. Okay. Um, Hello again. I'm here for another reading, but it's not financial. I am doing the Healing the Mother Wound reading. Um, I will resume back with the financial readings on Monday. I'll be doing two other readings. So the zodiac signs I will be doing is Cancer and Virgo. And then I'll be done with that. And so basically today this reading is in, of course, celebration of Mother's Day. And I wanted to do this reading because Mother's Day is not a happy time for everybody. Like, some people never knew their mother, some people were adopted, and not saying that they don't love their adopted mother, but some people do still feel some type of wounding towards their biological mother. um, some people were in foster care. Some people, were raised by other family members, like maybe a grandmother or an auntie, cousin, maybe. I've known a person that was raised by their older cousin. Um, Maybe your mother couldn't be there for you because of drugs or alcoholism or something, and she's in your life now, but when you were a child there was some woundings because she had some type of substance abuse. Or maybe your mother died young. Some people never met their mother because their mother died when they were giving birth to them, which is sad. I mean, anything's, loss is loss. um or maybe you just lost your mother young, or you just thought you had more time with her and you just lost her in general. Like, maybe you were like a young adult or something, or you just lost your mother in general, and it wasn't even because she was young. She was old or elderly, and it was her time, and it's hard for you to get over it. So or I also wanted to do this reading for women that tried to become mothers but they couldn't. And that story hits home for me because when I was married, me and my ex-husband, we tried to have a child, and we did it through IVF. And I finally did get pregnant. And when I was basically 4 months pregnant, that's when I lost my baby. So this is also the reading for women that tried and we couldn't do it. So this is what this reading is all about. Or maybe you did have your mother in your life, but you just never had a healthy, loving relationship, and you wish you did. You guys just don't get along. So this reading is for those, women out there, and men too. So Holy Father, Holy Mother, can I get some clarifying messages for the collective on how they can heal during this time of Mother's Day celebration? Because Mother's Day is not always a happy time for some folks. Like, what can they do to, move forward with their healing? How can they, progress in their healing journey when it comes to this type of wounding? One more, because sometimes I like to over shuffle. Here we go. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, and I might just do 3. That's way too much. Way too much. Just one more, Spirit. All right. So the first card is Boundaries. And I am also working with the Whispers of Healing Oracle deck. I really love this deck. And I'm hearing something say pay attention to the number at the top. It says 50. Second card is the number 30, and it says awareness. And then the last card is negativity, number 17. Now, right off the rip, I'm kind of picking up the triple goddess, mother, maiden, crone, because 17 is maiden, 30 is mother, 50 is crone. And the triple goddess, can't talk. The triple goddess Hecate represents women in different phases of their life, which is basically their youth, like middle age, and then elderly. So I'm not quite sure if this is 3 different women that I'm picking up, or this is one woman and you have different phases in your life where you have different woundings about your mother. And I find it interesting that it's backwards, because it should be 17, 30, and then 50, but it's 50, 30, and 17. Now, if I am picking up one woman, one singular individual woman, because I am picking up a female energy, I feel like you feel like you're going backwards in regards to your mother instead of forward. And I really do feel like this is one of your blockages. And I'm not quite sure why you feel like you're going backwards just yet. I'm hearing that you thought that there will be some growth at some point in your life with her, but there is no growth. It just seems like you're just going backwards, and you're like, how is that even possible? But I'm gonna keep digging. I'm gonna read from the book, and also I just want to point out the colors too, because to me, in oracle decks, I pay attention to different little details, and I'm getting 3 different chakras here. I am getting the excuse me, I'm getting the crown chakra, I'm getting the heart chakra, and I'm getting solar plex. So it's interesting because on this first card with boundaries, there's 3 different women, and I really am getting, of course, the mother, maiden, crone. And I think that you're reflecting on the different times in your life. And for some reason, I'm getting something was significant when you were 50, and when you were 30, and when you were 17. And I think with this card right here with 50, I think you're finally learning boundaries with your mother. It took you to the age of 50 to learn boundaries. And to be honest, I tell people all the time, life, there is no rules. There is no real timelines. I kind of get the feeling that you feel like you're too old to be learning this finally, but as long as you're alive, you're never too old to learn anything. Life, you're constantly learning. You never stop. The only time you stop learning is when you finally pass on and in death. But I don't think you should be, because I feel like that really weighs on you. Like, damn, why did it take me to the age of 50 to really learn boundaries with this woman? This is the thing. You don't know if you don't what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were never taught Mandarin, what makes you think you're just going to pick it up one day? Sometimes you have to be taught things, and that's fine. That's okay. That makes you human. That, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with learning certain things at certain ages. Now, I understand sometimes we think, because society puts all these pressures on us to just know things at certain ages, but sometimes you just don't know, and that's fine. The important thing is that you finally learned it. That's the important thing. So let's read the book real quick with that. For some reason, my throat is acting up a little bit, and I kind of get the feeling that one of your boundaries was speaking up for yourself. Like, I feel like you had no voice for the longest time with your mother, and now that you're older, you're like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm speaking up for myself. This is ridiculous. I'm an adult now. You need to respect me because I'm an adult now. Okay, so it says in the book, and I'm not going to try to read the whole thing because this is pretty long. I'm gonna try to summarize it. But it says strong boundaries are necessary for you now. Decide what you do and don't want in your life. No, wait, sorry. I think I read that wrong. Decide what you do and don't want in your life. Okay. In regards to your healing, there is more practical. Okay, hold on. In regards to your healing, this is more practical than you might realize. If others are interfering with your well being or hmm, impinging? I'm not sure what that word is. Hmm. I don't know what that word is. Anyways, on your ability to care for yourself, take notice and make the needed changes. Imagine digging a moat or creating an impenetrable border around your body, your home, or your workspace to create the space that you need. You have gone through a tremendous period where many aspects of your life have been altered. It is imperative to honor your limitations and acknowledge that you need to take better care of yourself. People might mean well but miss the cues when you aren't up for long visits and extensive phone calls. You don't need to make excuses. Let others know you are making changes to better support your energy and healing. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so I really do feel like this is really telling, especially if this is for a black woman. Like, I know in the black community, it's always you just don't talk back, period, no matter how old you are to your parents. And this is what I believe. I'm sorry, but because I'll be 40 this year. I know I say this a lot, but it took me to, like, I would say around my 30s to be like, no, we're not going to keep doing this. I'm grown. I'm grown. Especially at that time, I was married at that time too. I was like, we're not going to keep doing this. You have to set boundaries, unfortunately, even when it comes to someone like your mother. And I'm also hearing that you feel like it's ridiculous that you have to even do that because this is your mother. You would think that she would know better, but unfortunately, that's not always the case. Like me and my sister, we always have to be like, hey, no, 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 stop. And sometimes you do have to teach people how to treat you, regardless of who they are, even when it's your mother. And I know, especially in the black community, it's all that whole respect thing. And don't get me wrong, I do believe that you should respect your parents, but at the end of the day, when you are fucking grown, the respect needs to be on you as well. They need to respect you as well as a human being, as a person, as a damn adult too. I understand I'm your child, but I'm not a child anymore. And I think that's one thing that black parents, for some reason, it's like that correlation. It's like they just don't know how to get that. Now, to be honest, I don't feel like my father is like that. I feel like my father acknowledged as I got older that I'm getting older. My father never had that problem. It was always my mother. She always had that problem. She still to this day has this problem, especially with my sister. And my sister is a mother herself now. It's like they just can't get that image of you being a child. And it's like, but I'm not a child anymore. I know I may be your child, but I'm not a physical child anymore. You know what I'm saying? But so number 30, which is awareness. And this is the heart chakra. Now, I feel like this awareness was very hard for you to acknowledge because this is your mother. I'm not sure if you've been going to therapy, but I kind of get the feeling that if you did, it was like some spotty therapy. Like it wasn't like a consistent thing. It was like you would start and then you would stop. Then you would start and you would stop. And I think in these moments in your life, this is when you had these revelations. And I think when you were in your 30s when you discovered this awareness, or you were reflecting in your 30s certain things that were impactful to you. It was almost like from childhood to in your 30s or something like that. That's what I'm getting. But you became aware. And I think one of the things that you became aware of was your boundaries and how you need to set them with even with someone like your mother. Because I think sometimes in society, where we're always taught that you have to have boundaries with friends or boundaries with romantic situations, and I do feel like now people are talking more about having boundaries with family members, because at one point that was a little taboo. It's like family is family, you should just put up with it because it's family. No, fuck that. If it's interfering with your mental health, your spiritual health, and your emotional health, fuck that. Fuck that. No. But yes, you definitely became aware about certain things. And I'm also seeing a child here. Now, you could have became a mother yourself at 30, and maybe that's what you became aware of certain things once you became a mother yourself. And you were like, oh, I think I understand why my mother did this instead of this. You know, because since when you became a mother, then I think certain things clicked with you as to why your mother operated a little bit the way that she did. I'm also hearing that you kind of discovered something about your mother's childhood, and that's what kind of made her who she is as a mother and as a person. And that awareness kind of made you look at her in a different light. And you were like, ah, okay, that makes sense why she acted like that. It really wasn't me this whole time. It was really some type of wounding that she was, experiencing that she never healed herself. And that's another thing too. Like, there's so much generational trauma within the Black community. It's like, just a lot of unhealing. And I know, especially with my mother, I know there was a lot of things that she did not process and heal from her own childhood. I know that she might not want to acknowledge it, but I know her mother inflicted some type of wounding on her. And sometimes awareness is key, because awareness is when you really start your healing journey. And I think at 30, that's when you really started that healing journey. Let's see what the awareness card is saying in the book. Okay. It says, no matter what is happening in your life right now, spirituality can assist you in making sense of what is going on. It can help you find perspective or give meaning to your purpose. How aware are you in your spiritual well-being? When you are facing a crisis, having a strong spiritual foundation is valuable. Knowing there is a bigger picture that is yet to be revealed can bring your support and comfort. The ability to pray, meditate, and visualize during a difficult situation will ease your mind and assist you through it. Spirituality means different things for different people. What does it mean to you? Developing a deeper connection to your spirituality in a healthy manner can help you respond to life with resilience and optimism. Not all spiritual philosophies or practices will resonate with you. While you are developing your spirituality, it is important that you stay true to what feels right for you. Connect to your spiritual self and ask for the guidance you need. Yes, so basically, like I was saying, like, true awareness, that's when the healing journey really starts. Now, this card I feel like is very interesting, because this is solar plex, and solar plex chakra is all about self-esteem. And I feel like at one point, especially in your teenage years, you had very bad low self-esteem. Like you had a lot of negative thoughts and feelings towards yourself. And let's see. And it's interesting because on this card, I'm assuming is I think she's a fairy. The fairy is very beautiful on here. And it's like, how could you have such low self-esteem, but yet you were such a beautiful person? But sometimes it's not about the beauty on the outside. I think a lot of your, I would say your childhood, something about your childhood made you feel very negative about yourself. I'm also hearing there was a lot of negativity also in your childhood, and it just was like from your childhood to up to your, teenage years. Now you could have a late birthday, I'm sensing, and I think that you might, like, once you graduated from high school, you went off to college, like you stayed on campus and things like that, and I feel like that helped you escape from the negativity and everything. Interesting. I kind of get the feeling that you got high a lot when you were like a teenager. You were kind of dabbling in some substances because you were experiencing a lot of lowness during that time. Like, I think you were probably smoking and maybe drinking. And the only reason why I say that is because I see a whole bunch of mushrooms. And these people are like passed out a little bit in this card. Like they didn't have some shrooms, but I don't know. Maybe you did do some shrooms. I don't know, but I'm not really picking up shrooms. I'm kind of picking up like you smoked a little something, and you made a drink a little something too. It was like a escapism for you because of all the negativity. But I feel like once you got older, you learned to, what is the word? You learned to cope better. That's the word. You learned to cope better. Instead of you drinking or smoking, you decided to go to therapy or practice some type of self-care or maybe talk to a friend or whatever. But I feel like you found healthier, ways to cope once you got older. Let's see, what's 17? Ooh, I passed it. 17. This might be a little bit longer reading. Okay, it says negative feelings are a natural part of the human experience. Grief and anger are ordinary, healthy reactions to the loss of a loved one. Okay, I feel like that meant something there. Let's keep going. To someone mistreating you or when life seems to be spiraling out of control, when you are emotionally healthy, you can acknowledge your feelings without becoming stuck in a negative spiral. When a challenge comes along, many people have a difficult mechanism that automatically goes to the worst case scenario. For example, you could become overly concerned with a small mistake at work will cost you your job, or the thoughtless comment will end a relationship and you will end up lonely forever. One of the best ways to heal negativity is to focus on the positives. It will take baby steps to bring this healing about. Your every thought, word, and behavior has a huge impact on your overall health. Take steps to consciously monitor your pessimism. Interrupt. Sorry. Interrupt your negative thoughts with positive ones. It may take time, but gradually you will train yourself to let go of the negativity. You can reprogram yourself to be in full control of your emotions and make the healthier choice to remain upbeat and positive. It's good. Now, when I was reading this, I got the download that at 17, someone or the person that I'm channeling, you lost someone significant to you that was like a healthy mother figure. It could be like your grandmother, maybe, or or an auntie. I'm hearing an older woman figure. I'm sensing more grandmother. I feel like this your grandmother kind of took you in and kind of fill that void for you, when your mother couldn't really be there for you the way you wanted her to be. But I think you lost your grandmother at 17, and I think that's when you started to dabble with substances to cope. And then that's when you went off to college. And I think you decided to go out of state or wherever because you wanted to escape because of the loss of your grandmother, and you didn't want to be with your mother. So that's what I'm getting. Forward movement. And it's so funny how this card is blue, because blue represents throat chakra. And I was just talking about how you finally found your voice. So, excuse me. Whew, I had to stretch a little bit. So, the overall energy is forward movement. And it's very interesting because there's a little girl here. So, I really do feel like you've been definitely healing, because I see butterflies, which represents change and transformation. So I really do feel like you've been really on a forward movement of your healing journey. I think when you turned 45, you really made a conscious decision to be like, you know what, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to, heal, and especially heal that childhood wounding, because I feel like you had a lot of it. But I feel like you have been really healing that, and I feel like you are really moving in a very positive direction in your life, which is really, really good. And I just feel like you found your voice, because I feel like when you were a child, you felt like you didn't have one, and I'm just grateful that you found that. That's very awesome. So I'm going to wrap up this reading with the Mother Earth Mandela Oracle. See what else Spirit has for this reading. I'm also getting that what helped you in your healing journey also was your child. I think you really made a conscious decision once you became a mother to be a better mother. And that's amazing. That's amazing. Because you were like, I don't want to do this to my daughter. I want to be better. That's amazing. Ooh, my neck. I need a massage. I need a massage. It's all in my neck and my shoulders. My Lord. But, Holy Father, Holy Mother, can I get some last bit messages to wrap up this reading for the collective on this Healing the Mother Wounding reading? Don't have to be much, be like 1 or 2. Okay, Spirit. Mother Maiden Chrome. That. Okay. So, Moon Candy, which is number 42, and you got the Triple Goddess symbol, the 3 moons, Mother Maiden Chrome. So that's confirmation. Let's see what the book says, Moon Candy, because I just get this feeling that in your 40s, you really got to like a very high vibration. Like your life became much more colorful once you hit your 40s. Like I'm sensing, or not sensing, I'm hearing, excuse me, that's confirmation. I'm hearing that you were at your happiest in your 40s, especially 42. Like you really found joy and happiness and peace within. I'm also hearing that you broke a cycle too within your family. Because I'm sensing that generation of like grandmother, mother, and you're the daughter. So, and then you're breaking that cycle with your own daughter. So I really feel like that's representing a cycle being broken. Let's see. It says Moon Candy. It says this mandala was created during the Indian celebration of Nar Nartia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The sacred feminine energy coming through the triple moon symbol and very present around you, bringing a little bit of chaos among the order. But do not doubt its healing power. It's all about knowing yourself better. And encountering new challenges will help you redefine priorities and help and connect with your deepest strengths. Just like the ocean tides, the cycles of the moon influence your emotions in ways you can hardly imagine. Take the time to step back and recognize what really comes from you and what simply is channeled through you and your synchrony. I believe that's what it is. With the current waves of energy. All right. That is that. And now, this is the thing. I am a spiritualist. And I do believe in God. But I also believe in the divine feminine as well. Like, I feel like there's a divine masculine and there's a divine feminine. And I just feel like, masculine and feminine energy both have to be in existence to create. I don't feel like a male deity can create all of this by itself. He needed a female deity to do it as well. I know everybody does not probably believe that, and that's fine. I'm not here to change your mind, but this is what I believe, and I believe that the whole time the Divine Mother was with you during this time of your healing, because I'm sensing the triple goddess throughout this whole reading. So, and look at that, yin and yang. I just said that. The sun and the moon. Masculine and feminine energy. So 25, the sun and the moon. So I really do feel like I said, not only was, the Divine Mother here with you, the Divine Father was with you as well. They were both with you, guiding you through your path at this time. And 25. Now, I'm not sure if you are married, but I'm kind of sensing that you could be. And I feel like you could have been married for possibly 25 years now. And I really do feel like what has helped you along the way was your partner, your husband, which is beautiful. That's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful that he helped you along your journey. Okay. I'm just going to read this just for your information. But I really do... I think this is just, these cards are just representing the things that has helped you along the way with your healing journey. So it says the sun and the moon represents the unconditional yet challenging love between the masculine and feminine energies. By nature's law, the sun can never cross the moon's path to truly embrace her, as they both shine above the two kingdoms of day and night. But somehow the universe has made their union possible, and once in a while, the entire world can witness their mystical renderous in the sky. I don't know if I said that right. The card brings you hope and the clear message that every love is possible if you believe in it. Oceans, land, skies, and other dimensions. Love has no bounds, but the ones of your heart and imagine. But the ones in your heart. Okay. Anyways, but I'm sensing that you did marry your high-level soulmate. I wouldn't say twin flame, because if this was your twin flame, you wouldn't be married, in my opinion. But I do feel like whoever this is, your husband really helped you along your journey. I don't know, maybe you guys met at 25, but I sense that you've been together for 25 years. And I feel like he was one of the catalysts to help you along the way, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I think that is absolutely beautiful. I feel like whoever your husband is, he seems like a really genuine, great man. Truly blessed, because my God, the pickings are slim these days. But anyways, that is the reading. I hope this resonated with somebody, because to me this was a very powerful reading. It was very specific too. And if it didn't, I will be doing this same type of reading, but for the father wounding for next month. in honor for Father's Day. If you would like me to do a personal healing the mother wound reading, I can do that for you. I will be doing those types of readings until the end of this month. They only cost $33. So if you would like this type of reading done, like 101, you can just, message me in the comments, or you can just email me at ashleyhurt2013@gmail.com. And I'm still doing money readings that will end on May the 20th, $20. And the healing the father wounding readings, those will be $26. I will start those next month, and it'll be for the whole month of June. And Juneteenth readings will be for the whole month of June as well, and those will be $19. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing for July just yet, because that is Cancer and Leo season. I might be taking it easy around that time, to be honest. But anyways, but yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. My name is Ashley. This is the Intuitive Wellness Studio Tarot, and I will see you guys on Monday for the financial readings. Have a good night, and happy Mother's Day.